Welcome to Math Plus, where math makes sense. In today's video, we are going to practice how to divide decimals, and we're going to make sure there's a decimal point in the divisor and in the dividend. This is part 2 of dividing decimals. It's your turn where you can go in and practice 5 different equations and show me what you know. If you haven't watched the lesson video, make sure you hit the link above in the right-hand corner. It's called Divide Decimals Part 2. After you watch the lesson, then come back and then we'll do some practice problems together. Our first practice problem is 9/10 divided by 3/10. Now we're starting out easy. I don't want you to get caught up in knowing your division, but I want you to know the process of what to do with that decimal. Whenever we multiply and divide decimals, there's certain rules for how we move that decimal. And in that lesson video, you were given something to remember, and I'll uncover that and remind you after you practice. Go ahead and do the problem, come back, and we'll do it together. Now, what I like to do is I'm going to put it into a long division problem so that it makes more sense. So we have 9/10 or 0.9. We put it in the house, and then we put the divisor at the front door. Now, the very first thing you do, what do we do with that decimal? I'm going to go ahead and uncover our little reminder. Slide, slide, raise it to the roof. Slide, slide, raise it to the roof. So first I'm going to slide that decimal where I have a whole number in the divisor. So sometimes you may have to slide it 4 or 5 times. Slide it until you have a doorknob on the door. And then you do the same thing. If you only slide once, you only slide once with your dividend. And then you're going to raise it to the roof. See how I did that? Slide, slide, raise it to the roof. We added that doorknob just to help you remember. That's where you stop sliding. Now let's solve it. I have a 0 here. Can I divide 3 into 0? No. So we're going to put a place value. Go to your next number. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. When we subtract, we get 0, and that's your answer. You can put another 0 here after the decimal. You don't have to, but basically 9/10 divided by 3/10 is 3. It's absolutely just the number 3. Now, if you can't remember that and that gets confusing for you, then just write the whole thing out. It doesn't change the value. Don't get caught up in remembering where to put those placeholders, okay? Eventually that'll all make sense. Let's go to the next one. We're just going to say 0.7 divided by 0.35. Both of those work, or you can say 7/10 divided by 35 hundredths. Turn off the video, work it out. Remember your little key, your little helper to help you remember what to do. We're only going to uncover it one more time. Let's put it into the house. 0.7 divided by, see, divided by 0.35. We've got to come out and, there we go. We're going to slide, 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 slide the divisor till it gets to the doorknob, and then slide the other one 2 times. 1. I need to have another number to move it again. 2. You can't sit there. I did this one on purpose. You have to put placeholders. If you slide this one twice, you have to slide this one twice. It has to be the same. All right, we cannot divide 35 into 0, so we have to keep that there. Oh, I forgot to bring raise it to the roof. I hope somebody was sitting there going, raise it to the roof. Thank you. All right, now I have 7 divided by 35. Can't do that. And that makes it 70. 35 times 2 is 70. So I'm going to subtract 70, and we get a 0. So the answer to that is 2. Yes, I can put a 0 after that decimal, but there's no value there, so it's actually just a whole number, 2. 5/10 divided by 25 thousandths. Turn off your video. Don't forget, slide, slide, raise it to the roof. 5/10 divided by 25/100. Let's start dividing. Oh, wait a minute. Somebody just told me we have to slide, slide, raise it to the roof. Slide. 1, 2, 3. Here's the doorknob. Let's do it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. We had to move that decimal all the way out to here, raise it to the roof. So now I'm going to start putting placeholders. I have 25. This number here in the dividend needs to be divided by 25, the whole number. I cannot divide 0 by 25. I cannot divide 5 by 25. So I put 2 placeholders. I'm going to bring these down. But I can divide 50 by 25. What do I multiply 25 times what is 50? 25 times 2. Think of quarters. Anytime you see 25, we're going to subtract 50, and it comes out to 0. Now, I don't stop here because my decimal point, see how I still have this 0 here? This changes the value. I just bring the 0 up, and that's the answer. I have to put that 0. I have to bring it down and use it up in my answer. So the answer is actually 20. This is when you might want to use a calculator and say, what is 20 times one of those numbers? Do I get the other one, right? Or what is 0.5 divided by 0.20, 0.25? That's when you might want to use a calculator, is to check your answer and make sure you're accurate. But work it out by hand. We have 2 left. We have 0.96 divided by 0.08. Work it out and come back. 0.96 divided by 0.08. Slide, slide. We're going to slide this one 2 times, and then slide this one 2 times. 1, 2. So it comes right at the end here, and raise it to the roof. And now I have 96 divided by 8. I can get 1. 8 times 1 is 8. I can get an 8 out of that. And then subtract. And 16 divided by 8 is 2. Minus 16. And my answer is 12. Again, if you want to put a placeholder here, you can, but you don't need to. This is our last division problem. You're going to have to think a little bit on this one. I know that you can grab a calculator and figure it out, but I want to make sure you know the steps when you don't have a calculator and you have to do it by hand. There's going to be times when you need to understand the process. We have 22 hundredths divided by 44 thousandths. Turn off the video, work it out, and come back. It might take you a little bit. I'm going to give you a hint. I have a box over here. You might have to write out the multiples. All right, let's go ahead and figure it out. 22 hundredths, they go inside the house. Put the 0 there. Divided by 0 and 0.44 thousandths. We have to slide, slide, slide to 1, 2, 3. Slide the other one. 1, 2, 3. And raise it to the roof. So that decimal goes all the way over here. Let's just take one number at a time, okay? Can I have 0 and divide that by 44? No, I cannot. Bring down the next number. 2 divided by 44. Can't do it. 22 divided by 44. Can't do that one. What about 220 divided by 44? Right off the top of my head, I'm not really sure. But what I did to help me is I went ahead and wrote out the multiples for 44. And here they are. You just count by 1 times 44 is 44, 2 times 44, 3 times 44, 4 times 44, 5 times 44. Each time you just add 44 more. So the answer is 5. I know there's lots of zeros in front of that 5, but they all are putting zeros in the place values before the 5. So the whole number that we have is 5. And 44 times 5 is 220. So we end up with a 0 here at the bottom. If you're having trouble with division, there's a link underneath the video. There's a description box. There is a link for a workbook to help you with your multiplication and division. If you need to look at that or get one someplace else, definitely practice. There's also free games on the internet. There's also free worksheets there that you can just go ahead and download. They have answer keys to them and you can practice there. You know what you need to practice. Take the time to do it.